Conversations. Why are they so important? Why are they so important? Conversations, depending on what stage you're in business, and when I say stage, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ish, maybe it's just four, but essentially, you're stage one, you're just getting going, you're just starting out, and you don't have a big reach, you don't have a big list, you probably don't have a big budget for Facebook ads or to buy a big reach, and you're learning a lot. You're learning a ton. The learning curve is like straight up, whoosh. Yeah, so that's stage one. Stage two is you've learned some stuff, you've figured out some stuff, you're getting some clients, probably a lot of work because you still don't have a ton of numbers. Your numbers aren't quite high enough to really change the game. And different strategies work in each stage. That goes without saying. Stage three is you're really starting to get the numbers, and now it's about systems and scaling, and it's time to start getting into, that sphere. The numbers are up, the list, so you can start doing more JV strategies or more product and passive income strategies. It's hard to do product, passive income, and JV strategies. Well, JV strategies you can do anytime, you just may not make money off them, right? You can always be awesome and mail for somebody and help somebody else out, but if they're gonna convert, not really. I mean, I've made one affiliate sale of $500 once. Yeah, I mean, and that was awesome. Make no mistake, it was an email. I don't even think it was an email, it was like a LinkedIn post. But the point is, the basis of your income before stage three is probably not gonna be from JV, product, passive income stuff. You're going to need a big budget to buy that traffic to make enough money. Yeah. So that's stage three. And stage four is really where everything is rocking and rolling, and it is about growth, scaling, leveraging, really as much as possible. Building, well, the team's already been built, but really building an infrastructure. I'm actually a sales coach for one of the, big name coaches out there, and what they're in the process of doing is really systematizing down to standard operating procedure and documents upon documents upon documents about documents for their launch. And I mean, we as a team, and we have documents for days, but they really are up leveling to the point where, all of this stuff is going to be hammered out going forward, and they're never going to do that again. But it's not something you would do in stage 1, 2, 3. You would do it in 4, and that's where she's at. So those are the stages. So depending on what stage 1, stage 2, even into stage 3, depending on your business model, and I'll talk about that in a minute, will have you needing to have some conversations. They might be 10 minutes or 20 minutes. More likely they're going to be closer to 45 to an hour, depending on what you're selling. But you're going to need to have conversations. You're going to need that. There's so much extra connection, so much extra know, like, and trust. If you've heard that from people, for marketing, it's all marketing, know, like, and trust. You get so much more bang for the buck in person for that know, like, and trust. It's immediate, or it's almost immediate. Like, it doesn't take much for them to know, like, and trust you. If there's no heart-to-heart, and I'm talking over the phone, over the phone can be sufficient, totally, but you gotta be doing that heart-to-heart, that one heart to one heart, in that kind of interaction. They're gonna love you, probably, and if they don't, they're not your people. Let's move on. Yeah, seriously, there's gonna be people, that's the yay and the nay and the percentage. There's gonna be some people that you're people, some people that aren't, and when they're not your people, really just let them go. They're not your people. It doesn't say anything about you. It doesn't say anything about them, period. So you're gonna need those conversations in stage 1, 2, and probably 3, depending, maybe, depending on your business model. So let's talk a little bit about the business model. The business model aspect is depending on if you are selling high ticket, experiential, back to that really heart to heart, even if it's in a group or a retreat or something like that. There's a lot of you holding space for them and them trusting you. There's a lot of trust needed, and higher ticket does demand trust. So you're having conversations because it's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. And there's a way to have an online funnel go into conversations. You can do that. You don't have to do the click and buy for $5,000 because that's probably not going to work in stage 1, 2. 1 or 2. Yeah, that's going to be a little tough. And you can buy the traffic. Remember, you can always buy the traffic. But if you don't have the budget to buy the traffic, and when I say that, that's Facebook ads, that Google ad, you're buying traffic. You're buying people to go to your site or go to your Facebook thing or go to your opt-in or whatever it is, right? There's so many ways. So if you have a higher ticket business model, conversations are going to be essential. They're really, really going to be key. And that's why even into stage 3, if you have a higher ticket, you may have a $50,000, $100,000 program and need to talk to people. And guess what, guys? Folks who, I know it's all about leverage and passive income and this, that, and the other. And I just want you to let go and be honest about what stage in business you're in. What kind of business model do you have? Are you selling higher ticket? Are you selling more experiential where that trust, they got to trust you and you got to know who this person is because they could be totally wrong for this experience. That's the other part of this. But we're not going to go into all of that today. So that's why level stage 3, you may still need to have conversations. You won't be having the same amount. You'll be making a lot more for a single call when it does become a yes. But you may still need to have them. And that's the thing, stage 3, stage 4, you may hire that out. You may hire a team to do that. If the heart-to-heart still needs to happen like that. That's where I've gotten hired because she wants the heart-to-heart, and she doesn't want to do it. So she's duplicated herself in that regard. So, and then here's the other why, and this is the business. Those are those are great reasons, but I mean, this is the ultimate number one reason you want to be able to have conversations throughout stage 1, 2, 3, or 4, is because by talking to people, at least some, and sometimes if you're level 3 and 4, is you're building connections, you're building referrals, you're building up a stable, a cadre of people who know what you do, and they can refer business to you, they can send people your way, they can JV mail for you, they can become like business partners or JV partners or program launch partners, and they can totally become clients as well. But I mean, this is about, your business is not just about transactional, like here's my thing, buy my thing, and moving on. Business is about you building relationships. I mean, this is where it's old school, and whether or not it's online or off, you're building relationships. This is old school, y'all, but it's old school because it works. I mean, that's where some people are surprised who've learned the strategy session model or the discovery session or the clarity session, whatever you want to call it. They've learned that as part of their coaching, healing, transformational business. And it's a surprise to them that that is essentially, that model is the standard sales consultative model that is taught in business schools with some extra heart. Really, there is a dose of heart that is helpful, I think, to all of us who do have these heart-centered business. But I mean, essentially, that's where breaking down the strategies, essentially, it's the same darn thing, just with a little extra love and a little extra space. So some people are surprised by that, but there's a reason it works, right?